when we can't squeeze into their tiny seats. It's somehow our fault. I'm done letting airlines make us the problem when it's them causing it.
Today, this fat activist is going viral for her latest absurd stunt and petition. Take a listen.
Airlines make their product smaller every year. Then they blame us for not fitting. If your car got smaller every year, wouldn't you be pissed? Seats are getting smaller, seatbelts are getting shorter, and they pack us in tighter so they can make more money. But when we can't squeeze into their tiny seats, it's somehow our fault. I'm done letting airlines make us the problem when it's them causing it.
Babe, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, but the problem might be you. Trust me, as a guy who's 6'3", I can understand the complaint that airplane seats are too small, and maybe they're getting smaller, I don't know. But regardless, I get not being able to fit comfortably in them. But in your case, even a very spacious and generously sized airplane seat wouldn't be enough because you are incredibly morbidly obese and overweight. That is the problem, not the airplane. And we shouldn't be trying to redesign the whole world to accommodate all 400 pounds of you. We should be trying to get you the help you need to live a healthier lifestyle and make changes before you eat your way into an early grave. I mean, this will almost certainly kill you. This will shave decades off of your life expectancy. So the solution is not to enable that, but to try to help you. It's not compassionate to enable you as you slowly kill yourself with food. But rather than take any individual accountability or seek self-improvement in any way, this creator, who goes by JBay online, is circulating a petition demanding that the federal government, via the FAA, force airlines to give morbidly obese people 2 seats for the price of 1, or even 3 seats for the price of 1, so they can fit comfortably and fly. And JBay even frames this as an issue of civil rights.
Here's an update on the plus-size travel petition. Over 39,000 people have signed. And it doesn't stop there. People from over 121 countries have added their voices. That's nearly every continent represented. This issue has sparked a global conversation, proving that accessibility and equality in travel matter to people all over the world. The petition has even been covered by major news outlets, showing this is a global conversation. More and more plus-size individuals have shared their story with me. And it's clear that this issue affects so many of us. So I launched a survey, and the results were eye-opening to say the least. The survey findings made me want to amplify your voices even more. Hearing your stories solidified how important it is to make sure this issue is heard and addressed. Many of us, including myself, have found hope in this movement. Seeing each other's strength and courage reminds us that we deserve to travel with confidence, dignity, and joy. Together, we're rewriting the narrative, showing the world that we deserve to travel freely, confidently, and without fear. Join the body equality in travel movement now at change.org/plus-size travel.
There's a lot to unpack here, including the revelation that apparently more than 39,000 people have lost their minds. There is no issue of equality here. Everyone, no matter who they are, is offered the same airplane seat at the same price. If you are so massively overweight that you can't fit in a single airplane seat, then you should purchase a second seat to accommodate your needs. Your needs are different from other people, so you have to pay for more as well. The same way that I spend more on groceries than my sister does because I eat a lot more than she does because I'm a bigger person. That's not discrimination. That's just the reality that people aren't the same. And it's actually ridiculous to suggest that other people should have to pay more, which is what would happen, right? If they had to give morbidly obese people extra seats, they would have fewer seats on the plane to sell. The prices would be overall higher potentially if it was a full flight because you have made terrible decisions about your health and about your body. Of course, you should still be able to travel. I'm not saying you shouldn't be, But don't frame this as an issue of civil rights or equality, because this is not, in almost all cases, with perhaps the rarest of exceptions with extreme thyroid disorders or other things, being this overweight. We're not talking about a little bit chubby or 10 or 20 or 30 pounds overweight. Being this overweight is a choice. It is a product of a lifetime of terrible decisions and unhealthy habits. So to conflate having to deal with the consequences of your own choices as a fully grown adult with discrimination people face for things about themselves they cannot change and did not choose, like their skin color or their sexuality, is actually offensive and ridiculous. These things are not the same at all. Now, when somebody pointed out to J-Bay that both primarily for her health, but also to ease her travel, she could consider losing some weight, she did not take kindly to that suggestion. Here was her response.
No, what is a joke though is thinking just lose weight is a solution to systemic discrimination. The truth is, even if every fat person magically lost weight tomorrow, airplane seats would still be too small, and the systems built to exclude us would still exist. This isn't about individuals, it's about corporations profiting off discomfort and perpetuating bias. So, no, the joke isn't us, it's a system that refuses to accommodate real people. Let's change that.
This is giving delusional cope. Of course, if the issue is that airplane seats are so small that you literally cannot fit in one, not that they're just too small for comfort, which I agree would still be a problem regardless, then losing weight to the point where even you are obese rather than morbidly obese would solve that problem. It would literally go away. And it would have the added side effect of potentially saving your life or saving you from an early grave. Guys, you might be wondering why she uses the AI voice in almost all of these videos, and that's because on the videos where she does speak and use her actual voice, she struggles to speak for more than 30 seconds without losing her breath. On one level, I really do feel a sense of profound sympathy for this woman because something must have gone wrong in her life. I don't know whether it's trauma or some sort of emotional dysregulation, but something must have gone wrong for her to end up where she is today. And she does deserve our compassion on that front. But we shouldn't accept this complete dereliction of personal responsibility and just abdication of any sense of individual ownership for your outcomes or the choices you make as an adult. And the solution is not to enable such widespread self-destructive behavior and accommodate it at every turn, let alone treat it as some form of protected class akin to race. That's actually insulting to minorities who are self-segregated or discriminated against into groups because of things they can't change and didn't choose. It's to try to figure out how we ended up in this broken, unhealthy place where people like this reach these outcomes, because this doesn't exist in many other countries in the world. There is hardly anyone who looks like J-Bay, like literally near zero people in the country, maybe one or two extreme outliers. Some other countries are starting to have serious obesity issues, yes, but this is to some extent a uniquely American phenomenon. And the question is, are we going to do what it takes to make America healthy again, or are we going to add fatness to the long list of protected victim classes and enable people as they eat their way to an early grave? I know which side I'm on, but then again, I'm just a fat-phobic bigot or something. What do you guys think? Will you be signing J-Bay's petition? Let me know in the comments below, and do hit that like button while you're at it.